We are back with some more Dolphins franchise, and we're entering our bye week. It's a pretty early one here in week 7. And the best thing about the bye week is we actually do not get a loss on the record this week. So that is the one positive we can take from this. It comes at an okay time, I guess. I guess in real life, maybe you're happy because we took a little bit of a skid. So, this is a time to regroup. But the worst part about the last 2 losses that we got is if you did not watch the actual games and just looked at the scoreboard, it looks like I got blown out twice. It was 2 games that are very, very similar, where the first half everything's going fine, and the second half a couple costly mistakes and it's a blowout. And both were very similar. Patriots, second half we had an overthrow pick by Tua. Would have been a touchdown if not tackled at the 1-yard line. Then maybe we punch it in. Who knows? It's overthrown. It's a pick. He goes down and gets 7. And then Achane fumbles. He goes down and gets 7 more. And then before you know it, I'm down 17. Same thing happened in Philly. We are up most of the game, if not tied. And third quarter rolls around. I have a chance to take the lead. I make a bad throw. I think it might have been there if it got to where I wanted it to, but it would have been a tough throw. Probably a throw that Tua can't make because his throw power is just not there. If I had a high throw power quarterback that could get it to the back corner of the end zone, might have got there, but I don't think Tua just can't make that throw, unfortunately. In Madden, maybe in real life, but in Madden, with his throw power being so bad, he can't make that throw. He goes down and takes the lead, and then we have Tua fumble at the 1-yard line, which maybe I should have slid, but who's going to slide at the 1? I mean, come on. So we fumble at the 1-yard line, and then he goes down on a very long drive to go up 14, and then before you know it, the game's over. It's just done. And then we enter the bye week here in week 7. We're still in a decent spot in our division. The Bills won this week. He is 2-5. The Patriots and Jets, the Patriots have a bye week this week, but the Jets have yet to play. So we're just a game behind the Patriots, tied with the Jets. Buffalo game behind us. The divisions elsewhere, as you can see, there's 3-6 teams. It's just the AFC is so loaded this season. It's insane. It really, really is. It's just there's absolutely loaded. 2 storylines here. Usually these are bad. I feel like all the time these storylines are bad, but we do it just for the shits and gigs. Let's just see what they're all about. So, what's this one? Next question. What is Big Mike got board here? Which stat are we talking about? How often your team sacks the quarterback? Yeah, we're terrible at it. Analytics tell us a good team averages at least 2 sacks per game. Is your team higher? I bet we're lower. That's one reason why we're bet. Let me guess. That's incorrect. Doesn't feel like that. Let me tell you that. I'll tell you that. It don't feel like it because when we get into the stats here at the bye week, when we go through just to see a little recap where we're at, it does not seem like it whatsoever. Will you be active at the deadline? No. No, I will not. Oh, I will not. Those are some pretty lame questions. I'm not going to lie. They could have had some better stuff. I think I went through this before, but this is all the players we have to re-sign. As you see, we only got 3.6 million available. I'm going to probably franchise tag Patrick Paul just because we only got 1 more season after this. So we're going to franchise tag him, and then we'll worry about the cap space in the offseason. I'll restructure some people because we'll be in the negatives a little bit. But nothing new because we've been in the negatives damn near every season. So we'll have to restructure some deals, to afford him. And then everyone else is pretty much going just because I don't got the money. Troy, he's a backup, don't got the money. Malik, solid backup, don't got the money. Chuba, would love to re-sign him, but like I said, I don't got money. I got no money, okay? Bradley Chubb finally leaving. A lot of these are just backups, solid backups, but a lot of them will be leaving. Obviously, I got 5th-year options. We're going to accept both those. Jake Bailey, whatever, punter, who cares? We'll find a new one. But nothing too crazy as far as starters that we're going to be missing out. Patrick Paul, like I said, I'm just going to franchise tag and keep him along because we're almost done with this Madden. Believe it or not, it's this season and next season, then we're done until next Madden. So we don't got much time to waste, man. We won 1 playoff game in 3 seasons, and it's not good. It's got to be better. I chose the Dolphins to try because I didn't want to have to do a rebuild team and to be able to win right away. And we had a great season 1, but season 2 was horrendous. We barely made the playoffs, and season 3 was even worse. We didn't even make the playoffs. So here we are in season 4, and we're sitting at 3-3. And I really don't think we're playing like a 3-3 team. We've got some bad breaks and just unfortunate mistakes. I really honestly don't think like we're playing 3-3. The thing that sets us apart from this season compared to years 2 and 3 is years 2 and 3 we turned the ball over so much. I was throwing endless interceptions. We were fumbling like crazy. And as far as how this season has went, we are doing much better at taking care of the ball. I know the 2 games weren't the best with fumbles and inaccurate picks and things like that. But as far as stuff I can control, I can't really control fumbles too much. We're doing much better. I mean, we didn't even throw our first interception till week 4, I think, or end of week 3 or something like that. So we're doing better in that department. It's just we're getting some bad bounces, which happens sometimes. So I don't genuinely think we are a 3-3 team. If I had to say, like, what record do I deserve, I would probably say 4-2. One more win, okay? 4-2 looks way better than 3-3. So that's probably where I think we're at. But hopefully, like I said, the schedule gets tough. I've said this multiple times. Hopefully we can get out of this little slump we had, because look at these results: 52-7, 53-24, and then it looks closer than it was, but we were up 34-10 in like the late third, and I was just chew clocking. So 3 straight dominant performances. That was obviously a forced win, so it doesn't matter. It was a close game. I just couldn't stop Saquon. But 3 dominant performances followed by these 2 stinkers. So we got a tough schedule the rest of the way, though. We got Cowboys, made the playoffs. Titans, made the playoffs. Jets, who always are hard. Patriots, who I apparently can't beat anymore. And then we got Colts, Bills, Jags, who are currently undefeated. I'm not sure if the Texans, and I think the Browns are also undefeated. And then the Commanders and the Bills. So as far as playoff teams, it gets a little better towards the end. But out of the bye, it's going to be very, very, the Browns are undefeated. So it's going to be tough out of the bye. We have a really tough stretch. So we're going to quickly, I'm not even going to show the league leaders and stuff because we're so early. I mean, you can't even look at the yearly awards yet with this early bye week. So we're just going to talk about my team and then wrap the video up. So, Mr. Tua, like I said, it's been better. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and I believe 4 of these picks came in the last 2 weeks and the 2 losses. A couple of those at the very end just forcing stuff with time expiring, so I don't really even count those too much. And one of them was an inaccurate throw that was just on a wide open receiver. So Tua has played much better in that department. The completion percentage a little bit higher. I think as far as how he has played, we've played much, much better there with Tua. Rushing the ball, we haven't really been able to get to it that much because, especially last 2 games, because we've been down a lot. This is what we don't want to see. 4 fumbles from Tua. I think luckily I've recovered almost, I think all of them besides the one at the goal line, if I remember correctly. Or maybe I've only recovered 2. But yeah, we don't want to see that number. That's the bad number for Tua. But other than that, when we are balanced, we are very, very hard to stop. I mean, especially if we're playing with a lead, we are very, very hard to stop. We've seen that. Chuba, when Achane was hurt, ran all over the place. Achane's had games where he's ran all over the place. I think the Chiefs game, he ran for like 140. So if we can just play from a lead, we are in a very, very good spot. But playing from behind is just, I mean, obviously it's hard in general, but it does not fit my play style. I'm not the best playing from behind. This is the craziest one. This dude is having a spectacular season right now. He's X Factor, so clearly it shows why he's having a spectacular season, but he is just on a mission with 35 receptions, 526 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Leads in every single category, which is crazy. Achane is second in receptions, just check down merchant. Matthew Golden, he's had some drops, which have been disappointing, but he's been okay. It sucks because week 1 was the lag out, and he had a really good week 1 game. It was like 100 yards and a touchdown, which was for nothing because it lagged out. And then the sim, I think he got like 1 catch for 15 yards. So we missed out on quite a bit of loot there for Matthew Golden, but he hasn't really been as flashy as I would hope. With Waddle being gone, but it's been kind of by committee in the wide receiver department. As you see, my 3 starting wide receivers have 22, 20, and 21 receptions. So we've just been kind of splitting it, and Christian Heenan's just been a monster. He's been so, so good for us. Sacks, I don't even know. It's always our guards that are struggling, Tackles seem to be doing fine. The guards always struggle a little bit. Tackle leader, James Williams. He's already up to superstar. He's run dev twice already this season, so he's been great for us so far. I think he leads our team in tackles for loss. Yep, 11 tackles for loss. I had some haters saying this was going to be a flop signing, but he's been great for us. He's been great. Interception leader is tied with Andrew and Peter. Andrew's been really, really good for us. He's been making tons of plays in the interception department there. This is what I don't want to see. 2.5. I mean, and even TJ, the number is 3, but guess what? In the Force L that I received, they gave TJ Watt 2 sacks. 2 sacks in a Force L. So in games that I have actually played and they counted, the dude has got 1 sack. He was very, very good for me last season, but he has been, him and Chop, honestly, have been non-existent. They're pretty much useless. I know the stats are like, okay, 8 tackles for loss in 6 games, okay, like a couple sacks, okay, but as far as like big time plays, like big third down late in the game sack, no, none of them. No big time tackles for loss, no strip sacks, fumbles, even picks. TJ Watt got a couple picks last season. We haven't been able to get that production, let alone a 5th round pick that I drafted, Landon Jackson. The dude's got 3 more tackles for loss than Chop, and pretty much, a half a sack less, so it might as well count as the same. Landon Jackson, and he's got way more tackles, and he plays less. Because guess what? In my nickel and dime packages, I guess no, he is out there. I lied. I was gonna say he's not out there, but he's blowing them out of the water, blowing it with the tackles. I mean, it's like, these two have to step up. If we want to do anything this season and next season, these two got to help us out in the pass rush department. They really, really do. Both of them have had very bad starts to the season. Reese has been healthy, which when he is healthy, he's very good. He leads our team in sacks at 3.5, and he's got 8 tackles for loss. When the man is healthy, he makes absolute plays. We got 2 forced fumbles from Channing. Channing, this dude was great for us. 2 picks, 2 fumbles. If I could go back in time, I might start this guy over Jordan Brooks and have him be my main guy. And he would have be debbed to be a monster. And kind of an L on my part. I didn't even realize how fast he was. So it is what it is at this point in Madden. It be what it be. But he has been great for us. I would love to keep him around, but I just don't think I got the money to keep him. Kicking wise, missed 2 field goals. Whatever, punting, whatever. Really nothing special in kick return. We got a 37-yarder. Same thing with punt returns, nothing crazy, 14-yarder. So that's that for the early bye week. There's not much really to talk about in these. I like to look at the league stats when we get closer to the end, but these early ones, they're kind of useless because there's just barely any games played. But still plenty of time. 3-3 isn't the worst. Matter of fact, it's probably one of the better starts I've had. I know last season, I think I was 3-3 at one point because the problem last season, I couldn't win games. I couldn't string games together. It was win-loss, 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 and that's why we ended up 9-8. And then in year 2, we were 2-6. Somehow won out and made playoffs, but we were 2-6. So for some reason with this team, I can't quite get around to starting quickly. Year 1 I did. Year 1 we won the division easily. Got the 2 seed. So it's been a rough battle. It's been a rough battle, but there's still plenty of season left, and I genuinely don't think we're really playing that bad. We just had a couple bad bounces and a bad mistake here and there that cost us a few games. So we'll see how we do in the next couple weeks against these playoff opponents. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.